Abduction, Chapter 20, Part 2. Go on. Are there any other resources Maxim uses? I asked. He has a reporter looking into the disappearance of his daughter, stated Natasha. My ears perked up. A reporter, you said? I don't remember her name, but they are known for writing things about aliens. I know exactly who she was talking about. What does Maxim have her looking into? This I do not know, muttered Natasha as she ate the last bite of her pastry and started sipping her Americano. Do you think you can get more information on this reporter? I asked before taking a bite of my pie I had barely touched. Natasha shook her head. I do not like her. How come? She scares me. She comes into the club acting like she's the owner, and the way she looks at me makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to be around her. Natasha was feeling the same way as I did about Masha Ivanovna. I didn't like the woman either, nor did I trust her. I sipped my Americano. Guess I have to find someone else to get information on this reporter. I will do it for a price, muttered Natasha. You will? I looked up from my coffee and straight into her eyes. I knew what Natasha wanted, an actual date, but I couldn't. I mean, I can't put you at risk just for me. I'll find another way. You must love her, muttered Natasha as she looked at me softly. I nodded. I do. It's not right that you don't marry her. I will ask her when I'm ready. How will you know when you're ready? You act like you're single. Natasha did have a point. I didn't have a plan to marry Echo. I kept saying that I will someday, but that day never comes. It would be like I was single and playing the field. I don't like where this conversation was going. Tell me about Valeri, I asked. He is loyal to Maxim, said Natasha with an eye roll. He will do whatever Maxim wants him to do. Does he have family here? Natasha shook her head. Valeri came with Maxim when he opened up the sporting club. He is from Odessa, but he has family in Moscow. Does Valeri know anything about the reporter Maxim is using? I don't think so. I've seen Valeri talking with her only a few times she has come to the club, replied Natasha as she raised her coffee cup. I waved to the server and pointed to my cup and raised two fingers. I needed something more substantial to drink, but coffee would have to do. The picture was still unclear as to who was behind the missing people. What do you think about the UFOs? Are there really alien spaceships? Natasha waited for the server to place our new Cafe Americanos and leave before speaking. I have seen the lights in the sky, and I believe there are alien crafts and people are disappearing because of them. People only started disappearing when they arrived. Are you afraid to go out at night? I am, but what can I do? She replied. I have to work, and sometimes until late at night. Is there no man to walk you home to see you get there safely? No. Not even the guy you brought to the dinner party? Natasha huffed. That guy was my brother's friend. He needs a job and hoped that if he met Maxim, he might get one at the sporting club. That explained why Natasha was disinterested in the man she brought to the party. It became more apparent to me, but I wondered if there wasn't more to her brother's friend. I can't say that he looked familiar, because I didn't spend much time observing him. I hate to admit it, but my eyes were on Natasha and her red dress. What do you know about this guy? I asked. Nothing. He is my brother's friend, like I said, replied Natasha. Does he come over often to your house? Yes, he pretends he has interest in me, but I know he likes the other girls at the sporting club, and not me. I leaned back into the cushion of the booth seat and reflected on what I was hearing. There was no way of proving this young man Natasha brought to the party was anything more than a guest. I should discount him as a suspect, but there was something that didn't seem right. Do you know a girl by the name of Vika Sachenko? I asked. Natasha nodded. It was sad how she disappeared. Where do you know her from? I knew her from school, and later she used to come to the club with her two friends to take photos for social media, replied Natasha. I finished off my Americano and looked at my watch. Echo expected me home soon, but it didn't feel right leaving Natasha to fend for herself. I felt responsible for her safety. Can I give you a ride home or order you a taxi? I'll pay for it, of course. Natasha looked up from the table, her eyes glowing with appreciation. I will be fine. I will find my own way home. We both got up from the table at the same time. I left more than enough money on the table to cover the bill. Then I followed Natasha out the door. I was feeling a little confused emotionally. I had to let it go and let her go. I will see you at the club next time you come, said Natasha. I'll probably come a few more times while I'm in town, I said. Before I could react, Natasha had lifted up on her tiptoes and gave me a kiss on the lips. They were soft and warm. She turned and left before I could say anything.